Oh yes. Oh yes. Wait, why is it so much? Look at this, 200 million bleeds. Millions and millions. When is the rupture? Do it, friend. Yo, I think this has potential. This looks like 500 million DPS, man. What? 7 billion. Man, that Flay stuff is going crazy, my friend. Let's go. Hey everybody, it's Rob here bringing you an update on one of the Bleed Barb builds, and this time it's a version here with Flay and Rupture. Really cool to see, actually hitting out here for billions of damage. So you can see here the tick is already 240 million, and once he ruptures, it's actually hitting for 7 billion damage here. And this just looks super cool. There's the full planner right here that the DeLorean shared. I've not played this build myself yet, but I'm definitely going to, so check him out here on YouTube. He uploaded this one 2 hours ago, blasting in the billions. He also said, he was in the Twitch chat and he said he can kill the uber bosses very comfortable. He also uploaded 110 clear here with the Flay. We're gonna get into it in this video. Again, the planner and the full video is gonna be in the description of the gameplay. And yeah, you can just see him here stacking up on the target dummy, stacking his bleeds with Flay, using Steel Grass to keep the enemy and vulnerable and get berserking. He has Rupture, Double Shot, and Iron Skin to stay alive. And you can actually Rupture twice. So he has 7 billion on the first Rupture. And you have this 1 ton Rupture aspect that they added, I think, last season, that allows you to Rupture your bleeds again and keep a second stack of damage. So 7 billion on first Rupture. And then another, let's see it here, 6.6 billion, another big Rupture. And the main thing that makes this build viable now is the new Flay Duration. And I briefly tried this. You can get Flay Duration here on your gear, and the Flay Duration basically adds to the Flay total damage, essentially being a multiplier, because it allows you to stack more Flays on the target and get more bleeds the longer you attack it, and then you can Rupture all of these bleeds for a bunch of direct damage here, hitting in the billions, these numbers that you see here. And I think this build has one of the coolest, in my opinion, the coolest visuals. Like, look at this, like how he's ripping out the guts of this target dummy, and then bam, big hit, 6 billion, and then you do this twice, so you get like 13, 14 billion damage. Again, all the uber bosses, even in Foreman, only have 8 billion life. And he also is rocking this. So obviously this is mainly a single target focus build. It has a bit of problems at the moment in clearing AoE. He's using a Rupture for this one, basically. This is him playing. And you guys can see here, like, it takes a little bit to kill those enemies. Like, he has insane single target, and then with Rupture, he has some AoE. But it's still mainly a build that is revolving around a single target. So it's mainly recommended for bossing, I believe. You can play a grandfather version, you can play a normal version. But he is definitely, you know, blasting down this pit here, 110 for now. His gear is not really that optimized yet, but there is a lot of more potential for this. And I'm very much looking forward to be checking this one out. He just... you know, you basically just make a pull. Let's watch some gameplay here, some final stuff. So you have the Steel Grass similar to the Bash Barb. You can like pull all the enemies together. You're also playing Pain Gong, which is another basic skill build with all the high multipliers. And you pull them together. And then you basically start bleeding them. And you do like 0-second Rupture. You see, whenever he uses Rupture, it is back pretty much instantly. Which is insane, because he gets so much cooldown reduction from the Rage of Horrorgath. And you see, this guy is bleeding for all his life. What did he hit him there for? See, like hundreds of millions of damage for sure when he does the Rupture. Do it. They are, boom, 1 billion damage. Just casually on this elite, 987 billion damage again. And this is just like basically killing all the elites instantly. You just need to, you know, kill them one by one at the moment. So, yeah, here, 1 billion again. Fucking crazy. And he just kills all the elites like this, and he also kills the boss at the end. So he does like 110 in, I mean, not the craziest time, but it's definitely to improve upon. And I think doing this just for just normal boss DPS, so he went pretty tanky. I think he can tank most of the shots here in the clear. And he went rather tanky. You see here 70 million bleeds. And going up a lot higher. What is the final hit here on the boss for? I guess not really much of a direct, just 100 million here. No, 2 billion, sorry. So 2 billion here for the final hit. 2.2 billion basically bleed damage, but this is just in the 110. You can definitely scale this way higher. And he was basically playing a version here without Grandfather, but there's also a one-hand version here from Alaldi and Grandfather that's even stronger. So I will show you the build now here. So obviously you have Flay, this is your main damage attack. A bunch of basic skill multipliers with Moonrise and adaptability, you know it. From the Bash Barb build together with Paingongler, also like scaling this. And then instead of Bash Cleaves, we use Flay Duration, also a multiplier, we get our bleeds. Then we have the Rupture here to get more attack speed, so we can apply more flays, and also to rip the guts out and do all the bleed damage as direct damage, doubling again from the 1-turn Rupture aspect. Then we are rocking Iron Skin. This one gives us Fortify and also helps us to survive in the high tiers. You can obviously take some ultimate here if you want to have more DPS. But for pits, it's definitely good with Iron Skin. It even helps you on the bosses. A Warcry here for Berserking and more damage, and Challenging Shout here for our toughness. Together with Steel Grasp to pull the enemies, to proc our Paingonglers, and also to keep vulnerability. I mean, the Flay helps with vulnerability, but it also helps you with Berserking when your Warcry isn't there. Then we are rocking a Shaco. I guess an alternative here would be Might, right? Just a normal helm with Might. If you don't have a Shaco, so you can play this without any Uber Uniques. But yeah, obviously Shaco boosts your ranks in Flay. And if you play a normal helm with Might, it also gives you the same damage reduction as a Shaco, but it doesn't give you damage. So that's why Shaco is better, but Might just works too. And then we have the Rage of Haragas. This one is basically responsible for all the crazy cooldown reduction that you see here. See here, whenever he uses his Rupture, like it's basically back up instantly. See, 8 seconds, boom, ready. It's so insane. Then he has Paingonglers, Iron Warrior here. This one in combination with your Iron Skin gives you a lot of toughness. Also makes you unstoppable. Then we have the Hectic here for the cooldown reduction even further. Flay is a basic skill. Hectic reduces the basic skill cooldowns. Then we have Moonrise. And on the weapons you want to have the Flay Duration. And you also want to have crit damage, because you are basically scaling all the crit damage that you can get for Gushing Wounds. So you're also using heavy-handed here, at least on the non-Ramalaldi version, to get big crit damage. Like you can reach up to thousands and thousands of crit damage. There's a screenshot here that I got, I don't know if I have it right now, from some Chinese players. They have 8,000% crit damage. I used it in one of my previous videos. But yeah, we have the Iron Warrior, we have Hectic, we have Moonrise, we have Edgemaster, we have Rapid for crazy attack speed, we have Inner Calm when we're standing still against the boss, Flay Duration, crit damage, maximum life crit damage everywhere. You have the crit damage. You can only masterwork this or temper this on your rogues. So in order to play this build to the fullest, you gotta make a rogue, because your crit damage is not only additive, it's also a multiplier. And if you want to play this bar build, it's one of the main reasons to make a rogue this season, to temper crit damage on all of your classes. I don't know, I hope they change this in the future, but right now we don't have it. On one weapon you want Berserking damage for your Blood Rage. We talk about that later in the Paragon notes. Then we are rocking Bolt's Chieftain here for Warcry cooldown reduction. You also have Marshal, so you can like reduce your cooldowns even further. We have the 1-turn Rupture here, double the cooldown, double the bleed procs from our Rupture. So basically doubling our effective DPS. And then we have the adaptability on the amulet here, Warcry we use here for big Berserking uptime and damage uptime, and also just crit chance masterworked. Again, the crit chance and the crit damage is a separate multiplier with Gushing Wounds. Skill trees looking like this. We are maxing Flay. We have another point here in enhanced Flay. This one keeps the target permanently vulnerable, very chill, and this is a big advantage over the Bash build, which has a bit more damage, but you're not gonna keep the target vulnerable. And Bash has not this like high ceiling where it hits, you know, the target for like billions and billions of damage. Like you can't do this on Bash. At least not at the moment, but you can do it on Flay with Rupture. So that's pretty cool. If you want to see those crazy one-shots, are definitely a build I want to make to take down the Uber bosses again. Imposing Presence, Vigor, then we have the Iron Skin here with the Fortify. You're also getting quite some Fortify from the Sick Skin, but this one helps a lot. 1 point Outburst, 1 point Toughness Nails, it's just procs bleeding everywhere. Challenging Shout, Enhanced Challenging Shout, you don't need the Fury Rune, because no need for Fury with a basic build. Warcry, Warcry support or Shout support. Aggressive Resistance, again we're gonna Berserk all the time with Steel Grasp, and with Warcry we have a lot of Berserking. Pit Fighter, Slaying Strike, obviously the cut to the bone for the bleed multiplier. Rupture here with the attack speed rune, so more flays. Steel Grasp, and then all the fortified multipliers. You don't need to play this one necessarily, it gives you some nice damage reduction. There's also various other passives you can take if you want more healing or you want more damage reduction. It really depends. I think I would actually not necessarily take this one. I would rather take a Gutshell Yell here for another 12%. It's more than 6%. And then you have Heavy Handed here, 3 points, obviously a big multiplier, and finally the Gushing Wounds. Again, you can get up to 8,000 crit damage if you're blasting this with Grandfather, and that's one of the other versions here that you can play. However, I think I'm going to start with this one, and then we'll see. Maybe we'll add the Grandfather. But talking to DeLorean, the Grandfather is not necessarily more damage, because you're losing the Flay Duration roll. It's basically the same reason that it's not best in slot as in the Bash Buff. But again, you're very welcome to try the version here with Grandfather. They're going to be both in the description, basically. Just click up here to change the variant. And then we have the Axe multiplier. And the reason what we do on Flay is we use a sword. Actually, I should put this here. So you need to use a sword because I need to go in-game for this. So you can basically just go on your Flay and you can choose the weapon, right? You don't want to dual wield, you want to use the sword. And when you use the two-handed sword, you're getting the expertise here. 200 sword expertise. It only works when you're actually using it. You get another, first of all, 20% of direct damage is inflicted as bleeding damage, and 30% X bleeding damage for 5 seconds after killing an enemy. So you're getting 1.3 multiplier for free, basically. Well, not for free, but you're getting a 1.3 multiplier here, which further enhances your bleeds. And then you play the 200x expertise in the weapon technique board, because you are having
third and best in Diablo streamer P.
Thanks, man. Appreciate the support, because you are keeping targets vulnerable permanently with enhanced Flay, and on AoE you also have your Steel Grasp. Okay, then last but not least, we are looking at the Paragon tree. This one I took directly from DeLorean, so we don't need exploit. We have Iron now here for big berserking damage. We have Hemorrhage, we have Wrath, and this Paragon tree I think can be optimized more, but I just took what he had for now, because he was so nice and shared with us. He has Marshall here for the cooldown reduction. All the Fury nodes, of course, if you're not playing Ramalali, you don't need these, so there's definitely some more optimization you can do. For example, I'm going to do this right now, like just very baseline. You can probably get rid of all of this. You can take life. I noticed this was missing. Yeah, there's some additive here, bleeding damage, more life, definitely always good. So I think there's a bit of optimization here to do. We have Territorial Glyph here with Carnage, Enraged. And then we have the Exploit up here. I'm pretty sure we can add another board. Pretty comfortable. We just do something like this, for example. And then, so we have Territorial, we have Exploit. The Blood Rage board, you definitely want Hemorrhage, because this is your big multipliers. You also want Carnage, because you're now scaling attack speed with Flay. The faster you attack, the more damage you will basically be doing. And then I'm pretty sure we can add another board here. I'll think a bit more about the Paragon board, but for now we could just do, you know, Bone Breaker. And we could, for example, add this classic life nodes here. If we get a couple more points, we can get them pretty comfortable from here. And all the DR. And then, for example, we would have the... Can I get rid of one more? Not yet. But I would basically have the Tenacity board up there. Oh yeah, here we can. You see, there's definitely some more stuff to min-max. I will update probably the... one more life node. That always helps, one more berserking node. So there's definitely a bit of stuff to min-max here in this Paragon board. But it's pretty cool build. You can try it out. I'll definitely try it, and I'll probably make an updated video, see how it's going. I just had so many people question me like how the Flay stuff works and how they're hitting for billions of damage on those bosses. And he says he can take down the Uber boss in a 4-man party in just like about 20 seconds. And I totally believe him. Just even if this is the damage on the target dummy, that might be a bit inflated from Slaying Strike, but you're still going to hit for 10 billion damage with this build. And that is pretty strong, and it's a pretty unique build. So let me know if you want to try this, or let me know how it goes in the comments. I'll leave the planner below. And I hope you guys enjoy. I got a world boss to kill. I will see you soon, and keep flaying, keep slaying, keep bashing, and enjoy the season. There's really so many cool builds to play. Bash, Thorns, now Flay, Dust Devil, Leap, Minion Necro, like cool stuff all around, and truly a season of the Necromancers, of the Barbarians. So much fun. I will see you soon. GG. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.